Today on the NomNomComs.com podcast, we're asking, what's the price point for your soul? Would you stick by your friends if it meant a $10 penalty? $100? $1,000? What's your number? When would the penalty for sticking to your principles become too much for you to bear? $1 million? $300 million? How about $667 million? That's how much it might cost Greenpeace for refusing to sell out its allies in the recent Standing Rock trial. My lovely and brilliant co-host is going to help us understand what exactly is going on with this case and what it means.
Thanks. So the deal is that last month, a North Dakota jury found the environmental advocacy group Greenpeace liable for its role in the 2016 Standing Rock protest, awarding fossil fuel giant Energy Transfer $667 million in damages. It was the latest turn in a 9-year legal odyssey that started with Energy Transfer alleging Greenpeace secretly orchestrated the protests through a campaign of misinformation and eco-terrorism, and ended for now with North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer saying, "This is what justice looks like in America. This is what justice looks like in America." A show trial filled with billionaire fantasy grievances against an imaginary enemy. And it is deeply unfair. Greenpeace contended that its support for the water protectors at Standing Rock was in line with its values. Over 50 years of nonviolent activism, and none of the evidence Energy Transfer presented contradicted that. None of the evidence at trial showed Greenpeace staff involved in violence or property destruction, or how tweets or email blasts from Greenpeace caused permitting delays or financial divestment. It was, I think, a vibes-based decision, and the Greenpeace vibes in North Dakota are, to put it mildly, bad. But that's not the whole story.
No, this wasn't just a ritualistic killing of a nonprofit. It was a test of values, of strategy, and of solidarity for an organization faced with existential risk brought on by the oligarchy. In a moment where many large legacy institutions like Columbia University, the Washington Post, and various high-profile law firms are recalculating risk and rationalizing complicity with the aspiring autocrats, Greenpeace chose to stand by its allies and maintain its integrity. Greenpeace didn't cave to settlement offers that would have required it to betray indigenous communities and equivocate about the Dakota Access Pipeline's impact. Even during the trial, when things were looking bleak, the organization didn't shift blame onto smaller partners to save itself. In the end, Greenpeace stayed true to its values. Greenpeace lost a trial, but it kept its soul, which brings us back to the original question. What's the price of your soul? How much would you be willing to bear before you capitulate to the oligarchy? $1? $10? $100? Or will you do it for free?